Welcome back to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Y'all know who it is. This your main man, Ken Clark, back with another signing day interview, man. And we got another Madison Central Jaguar on the show, Mr. Braxton Barney. What's up, Braxton? How you doing, man? Welcome to Tiger Talk.
Doing great. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, man, glad to have you, man. You know, D. Corey C always, anytime Mr. Madison Central Jaguar, man, that we sign. Now it's our third one, man. He always let me, take the lead on that one since I graduated class of 2000. And man, I couldn't be more than happy, man, to see them Jaguars come to Tigerland. So you joining Isaiah, BJ. So let's talk about it, man. How's it feel, man, to be a JSU Tiger now?
I mean, it feels great. It feels like it also feels like I'm not gonna lie, like a big weight has been lifted, but another one has been added, but like a good one, like expectation. So
Yeah.
and I also think I was one like I also know that I remember a lot of people saying that Isaiah put me on Jackson State. But we can talk about that later.
No, you can talk about it now. I want to hear that because
Oh
I know
yeah.
when I talked to Isaiah, he was like, "Oh man, we got another one coming. We like Braxton." I was like, "I don't know now. Is this a little peep under the tent? So you got to clear the airwaves, man. Go ahead and speak your piece on it."
Man, so I'm not gonna lie. I've been talking about going to Jackson State since I know, like I said, I'm going to Jackson State since January of 2022. But I've been wanting to it's been like my top two schools since I was a sophomore and a freshman, actually. And I like before like all this stuff happened, even before like I had to go through some injury stuff. I was telling Isaiah, I'm going to Jackson State, and Isaiah kind of was like, he was like, okay, what about it? And then like around August when the season started. Like I was just still hitting with it. I said, "Hey, you can come to DI Love and rock out." I'm just saying. And at first, I didn't think he would actually do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So it looked like he kind of beat you to the punch. I know he committed early, but that might have been his way of he's competitive, two sport, but he got out the gates early on it. But nevertheless, at this point, man, you guys are going to be coming in class of 2023, and like I said, Tiger Nation couldn't be more excited than to have that homegrown talent. That's one of the things that I know the coaches, all the coaches throughout the history have always really wanted to get the best Mississippi talent possible. And I'm not alone when I say that Madison County has produced a lot of high caliber talent. And not only is it Madison Central, but you're joining, you have Zy McDonough from Ridgeland High School transferring in from ULL. And DJ Stevens came back for another year, tight end from Ridgeland High, and so forth and so on. But again, like I said, this is about you, and we want to make sure we introduce you to Tiger Nation officially. So let's get into your recruiting process. You said you was down to your final two schools, but talk to us a little bit about your the process of how things went through. Even though I know you said you were already kind of wanted to go to Jack State, what other did you go on any other visits? Did you go on a Jackson State visit? Let's break it down.
so it was actually the scale of like I said, I already had my top two schools for a long time, but since like January of 2022, like all my stuff went it really surprised me. I didn't think it was gonna go up there. Ever since it was really that sack I had in the championship that all the coaches were seeing that they liked,
Mm-hmm.
and they watched the rest. They were like, "All right, cool," but like I didn't expect. I actually did get recruited from all across the nation for the most part, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, but and then I was interested. I was like, all these cool places because I wanted to go check them all out because I was like, even like I already knew that I was going I already knew my top two schools were, but I said this is a in a lifetime thing. I should probably go check all these places out before
Right.
Yeah. So I went. I checked out some. I checked out first. I checked out. Who was the first school? Oh yeah, I went to go see Southern Miss and
Okay.
see everything. I saw everything. I liked everything, and I did that with a lot of schools, and I liked everything. But I was just in the moment. I was still shocked. I was still shocked. Like especially since when you go on these visits, colleges, they'll tell you like you're here because we consider you one of the best in the nation. It just hits you, and it's just like you still won't believe it, but
Yeah.
like at the same time, maybe it's just a thing about like just being raised in a humble house. So, but like when I finished, I went through a lot of recruiting from February to like May, and
Okay.
then I had an injury, and then it slowed down a little bit, but it didn't slow down. It didn't slow down nowhere near as much as I thought it would. And then I was like, okay, cool. But by then, after I had the injury, I was fully focused in on, locking in with Jackson State. I was like, this, I don't even think it's a debate. The other school that was in my mind, I checked them out I checked them out in June. And then I was like, I like it. I like it. It was real nice. But like, I was just like, it's just someplace, it's just a matter of feeling like home and like,
Yeah.
it's not just about being recruited no more. You want to make sure they see you as like a person, not just and like not just somebody who's gonna play for them.
That's
So
right.
that's what it came down to.
That's good stuff, man. It's great insight. I mean, because a lot of us, for those that probably never got that experience from an athlete, I played basketball, but my recruiting process didn't sound like that. I went JUCO and then I stopped playing the sport. But I mean, it's always interesting to hear the different experiences and the perspective of the student athletes. And you gave great insight on that. So you talk about, and also shout out to your parents, since you mentioned, coming up in a humble household and household, and that's important. Did you get a chance to visit Jackson State, to go on an official visit with Jackson State?
Oh yeah, man! I went on that official visit I think the weekend before last, and
You know what? I actually asked that, and I'm as I'm saying that, I realized that he got a photo. So apparently he was there. How was your official visit? Let me get into that. I know you because you've already committed, and I want you to talk about like the experience, because I've really witnessed the coaching staff. They do a phenomenal job the way they just host those recruits and student athletes that come in, and I want to hear from your side of it. And like, even though you were at home, let's talk about that whole official visit experience.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like you said, even though this is my home, this like literally 10 minutes down the street
Yeah.
on Interstate. And I've been on, I want to say 8 to 10 visits. Most of them were like a few Power Fives, a few other, and they were cool. But like you said, Jackson State does a phenomenal job on those like official visits. Like the way they handle everything, and it was perfect. But like they showed me parts of the city I didn't know about. I was like, ain't no way I didn't know about this. Like, wow. And
Yeah.
like it was just so well done and well thought out, and like they really wanted the players to just enjoy every second of it. And it felt great. I loved it so much.
That's good stuff, man. So Coach TC Taylor takes over. This is his official ring. This is the TC Taylor era. Guard the yard, right? Talk to us a little bit about which coach, actually. I know we just introduced the staff. We just introduced the signing class. And but I wanted to kind of get from, in your own words, which coach you might have built the relationship with, whether it was Coach O, Coach TC. Like, talk to us a little bit about that from a coaching standpoint.
And I'm not gonna lie, some of this is funny because specifically, Coach Taylor was the one who recruited me when Dion was there. When I first got my first offer,
Oh, nice.
Coach Taylor recruited me. So when I heard he was head coach, I was really happy, and I always talked to Coach O here, and let me think. Yeah, when I talked to Coach O, it would be like a real good. We would talk about stuff, plan stuff, get stuff ready. They would check in on me, and I also and like this is the funny part. I talked to Coach Bradley, who is the defensive coordinator now, but like he used to be like he was at Alcorn last year, but literally I would talk to him. We had a good relationship beforehand, but I was disappointed I never got to meet him because when they wanted me to come down for a visit at Alcorn, it was the same day as my prom, so I couldn't go. But I'm real glad that he became the defensive coordinator because like he's just like he's a great person. I'm not gonna lie. When we was on the visit and they was explaining stuff to us, like what we would do position wise.
Yeah.
It was just like I've never seen like because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. I don't want to make it sound like I'm dumb, but I'm a simple football player. I like relying on I don't like having to think, but I can, but I just don't like having to. I like to just go.
No doubt. You good? Go ahead.
But so Coach Bradley would just he explained everything perfectly for me, and I was like, and like I said, I'm not gonna lie to you. I went on those other visits with those other coaches, and they explained things. It had my head spinning. I was just like, yeah. But like Coach Bradley got it to where I could understand and see that, and like he didn't overflow he didn't just like overwhelm my brain with stuff. He was like he took his time on one singular thing, and I got it down. So like those three coaches are the one I talk to the most. But I met the other coaches too, and I really like them all. I feel like I'm gonna build a great relationship with all of them.
Man, that's great perspective. I mean, that also speaks to for those that don't know Coach Bradley, new defensive coordinator coming over from Alcorn, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually how I am. Believe it or not, I call it the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, right? So simplicity is really one. So when you really break that down, one thought, one thing at a time, and in the end, it's really about you getting it. So. All right, moving right along, man. Let's get into a little bit more of the football side of it when it comes to you as a player. We always ask our players when we sit down about player comparisons, right? Is there a player that you pattern your game after? And then we'll get into the measurables for those that don't know you as a player, and those that do, your height, weight, and all that good stuff.
Well, they don't know my height, weight, 6'4". 223, ran a 4.7 in the 40 last time I checked.
Nice.
And, lifting wise, the highest I ever squatted was 400. The most I ever benched was 275, but it's been a minute. I'll have to get back into those. So I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna do some working out with powerlifting before I get back into that. But besides that, those are some stats. And I think before player who I'm inspired wise, well one of my older he's still alive. One of my older cousins, my grandpa's nephew, went to Jackson State, Barney.
I was gonna ask you about that. Oh man, go ahead.
Yeah, so he doesn't even play my position. He plays I think he played cornerback.
Yep.
He was Hall of Fame. I see him on the JSU. They got a picture of him and everything. And I'd be thinking about it. I'd be like, and I'm just the way I think recently. There's not a lot of film because he played in 1967 to 1977. So literally when the first Super Bowl. but I do when I hear about how he was really explosive, really impactful. So I want to when I heard about most of that, I was like, I think middle school I heard most of that about him. I was like, I want to be more of that. So I used to go work out with my brother who's also at Northeast Mississippi Community College. But if somebody wanted to go check that out, we both used to do explosion workouts all the time. We went right up the street to Liberty Park, ran, did a lot of stuff. And at first, I mean, when you were in middle school, elementary, other kids, they're probably saying goofy because nobody's thinking about all the stuff you got to do for your body to become a good player.
Right.
But it paid off in the end because one of the things I'm most known for now is being explosive. So he helped me with my explosive want to be impactful on the team because when my brother got hurt his senior year and my junior year when we won the state championship, all I could do was just hold down along with my teammate Edward White, but all we could do was just hold down. We had to be impactful. When you missing basically who the captain of the defense, you got to hold it down. So
right.
But that's one. Two, Nick Bosa. Especially recently. That man.
Yeah.
I think it's skill wise. I mean he's not as aggressive, and I'm gonna get to that, but skill wise, I love the way he plays. It's so smooth and fluid, and I try my best to be like that. And I've seen a lot of people review my film and say how low and how I get low man wins and how like everything else like that's because like Nick Bosa, I used to watch him in like 7th, 8th grade, pretty much all the middle school for me. And like I just saw how fluid he was, and it's like watching poetry in motion almost. So like I had to like I incorporated that into some of my skill set. Try to get as best as I can.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I think it's a solid choice. I think Aaron Don. Yeah, Aaron Donald. I had to think about it because like that part, I think people can really see that I put that part in me. Like mainly like the playing style shows a little bit, but it's really the celebration at the end when I started playing and stuff. I
Yeah.
love his aggressiveness, especially for his size.
Yeah,
I
man.
love his aggressiveness. So I tried my best to add that aggressiveness to me. And like there are plays where like I'll hit the O lineman or hit a QB and take both of them down with a running back because like that aggressiveness, like all you gotta do is like just I don't there's no way to explain it. I just watched them and added it to myself. So
That's a lot of good stuff, man. I mean, you've already floored me with just, I really wanted to ask that question because I mean, the name Barney at Jackson State is royalty, man. Being one of our 4 Hall of Famers, and you just kind of went right into it. And I know the fans are going to get excited about that because that's pretty awesome. So, are you you're still in high school, right? So you're going to be enrolling. When are you planning on enrolling at the university?
Enrolling, it says I come in fall, but I'm gonna be at JSU probably working out in around June.
Okay.
So.
Good deal. So in regards to, you've been around the HBCU culture, you're at home. What's that one thing you're looking forward to, as far as like getting to Jackson State? Like, what's that thing that excites you the most outside of playing football? Like what is it that you really can't wait to experience when you get to Jackson State?
Well, the first thing that comes to my head, I know there's probably something deeper, but like first thing that comes to my head is that I want to be the players that I want to be better. Like them don't like because the players I saw, they inspired me. They made me want to be like when I was around 6, 7, 8, watching them play. I wanted to be on that field. I wanted to be like I wanted to be everything they were, and that I'm getting. Hold up, my stuff went off. All right, but especially skill wise, I want to be, and I just want to inspire. I want to be like I want to. My goal personally to be because like I'm shooting high. I'm shooting pretty high. I want to be one of the best defensive ends in the world. So, I want to since that's what I want to be. I want to inspire a lot of kids. Be the best defense in the world. I know I want to go. I want to go to the NFL coming out of Jackson State. And I want to like show all those kids who were my age back then, you can do this. Because I know there's a lot of talented kids out there that are young. They probably like just getting into the game of football.
Right.
And, like, back when I was a kid, like you didn't see a lot of athletes, like or especially like these, like you didn't see a lot of these athletes talking about Jackson State, even though Jackson State was an amazing atmosphere to be in, especially like, and I like. Just growing up around that, knowing that I was the kid who saw that and knowing that I'm going to now that thanks to the people before me, like thanks to all the people before me, like for paving that way.
Yeah.
Now I get to like also help pave the way even more for the kids behind me. So I want to do that. I want to inspire. I want to like add something to that legacy, especially since I already had a family member who did it before me. So.
Yeah, man, that's inspirational, man. That's pretty. I mean, that's a great mindset to have. I don't limit it to you being young. I mean, you always want to have that vision. You right at graduation, so this is the time when a lot of people are asking you what's next. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I know we talk about football, but everything about your personality speaks to being more than a football player. You know what I mean? And I know your parents and family is proud of you. Have you thought about what you're going to major in college? Like, what do you want to be professionally, maybe outside of football?
I did. I'm not going to lie. I just thought about it maybe 2 years ago. I wanted to be a zoologist, then I wanted to be a veterinarian. But
Okay.
like, don't get me wrong, I was interested in those fields, but then I thought about it. I think I just really, really want to help people. But I was like, okay, but how I want to help people?
Yeah.
So I went on a little journey, looked up a lot of stuff, and figured out. And especially after like I had got hurt, I like and like I went through the whole physical therapy process. I'm like, I like this. I want to get into physical therapy, so I'm gonna major in kinesiology and if not if, but when I go to the NFL and all that
There you
stuff, get
go.
that money from that, I want to have my own place, or at least work at a place, because I want to help people since I'm already familiar with probably the worst.
Yeah.
So help people, and like I already got a basic understanding just from being at physical therapy for so long. I learned so much, and like for example, I think one of my friends was feeling some like pain in their knee. And I was like, and like some people were like, it was really bad. So they thought got to the point where it was a blood clot. And this is me from being in physical therapy for like 6 months. I felt on his knee a little bit, pressed around, asked him some questions. That pain here. And then like I even read a book because they told me to read a book about Grey's Anatomy. It's like a book
Yeah.
about the body. So I
Yep.
read that book because I like reading books. I forgot to mention that. But I'm throwing my hobbies later. But and then like I felt around his knee. Remember what I saw? And I'm like, information. They thought it was something else. Checked out. He told me went to the doctor. No, she told me she went to the doctor, and then like inflammation. So I was like, yeah, good thing I got a talent for it too. So
That's what's up, man. Look at you, man. You future kinesiologist in the building, physical therapist. One of my best friends, man, that played basketball with me in Madison Central is professionally a physical therapist. I won't mention his name, from Floral, Mississippi, and still good friends to this day. So that's pretty cool. Since you gave us a assist on it, go ahead and mention your hobbies, man. What else you like doing outside of football, man?
I love reading. I love cooking. I
You
love.
good?
Oh yeah, I cook.
Okay, all right, I hear you now.
I specifically love to bake. I be like for my friends, like and my girlfriend's like birthday or my parents or like in-laws. I'll make like my family members and everybody like cookies, chocolate strawberries. I
Yeah.
even throw in like I like throwing everything in the mix. I like making some other stuff. I don't want to let you think I just be making up anything. I go by recipe. But like
Yeah.
and like I like the other day I think I'll make some beef tips and rice, like with gravy and everything. And
Yeah.
add some carrots, vegetables. It goes,
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I mean, the super talented. We're gonna call you the super talented Braxton Barney. I love it, man. I love it. So, have you had a chance to start building a relationship outside of BJ and Isaiah, who you played with, like any of your other, I would say future teammates? I guess I can say teammates now, but your Jackson State signing class. Have you started building a relationship with any of those outside of your normal high school teammates?
Yeah, I built like on my official visit. I'm not gonna lie because it depends on the situation, but if it's a situation where I'm feeling like I can, like I like to break. I like what's it called? What's the phrase? Break the silence, break the ice, something like that.
Yeah.
I
Iceberg.
like to just get everybody talking and comfortable and cool. So one of the recruits, Christian Walker, the other one, Stanley, the other defensive tackle.
Yeah, Stanley Cooks. Yep.
Yeah, all them. I got real cool with them, and like I had to break the ice first. Nobody was talking when we first got in the van, and but like I talked, I joked around a little bit, and then we all got real cool. We shared our social medias, followed each other. So like and it took. I'm not gonna lie, it was not easy to get that to happen. After wearing some jokes, be a little giggle, and then silence. But after about 30 minutes, everybody was comfortable and talking. So I was like, yeah, I really like this group, and like there were two others, but I didn't talk to them as much. But I talked to Stanley and Christian a lot. So
That's what's up, man. So as we get ready to close this interview out, man, this has been fun. Is there anything? I always ask this question. We always give you a mic to say anything to the JSU Tiger Nation. Whatever's on your mind. What would be that message from the all-talented Braxton Barney?
I think I got a little big one. First one is a little thanks, because like I always just like to be thankful, because like first just thankful to God thankful to like family members and thankful to people I consider my family. Like I also am thankful like to my girlfriend and like, you know, her family. And like I'm also just really grateful for my PTs. Let me name them because I told them I name them.
Okay.
Asa, Don, Corbin, and Wes. I'm really thankful to them. They've been a big part of my recovery journey and like to making me even stronger than I was.
Yeah.
But like that, I just want to throw the thank yous out there. And then second, I want to tell my goals and like you said, even though this whole thing has been a formally like introducing who I am, things about me, I wanted to say that I'm coming to Jackson State to compete and take over. I told you my goal to be the defensive end, the best defensive end in the world. Like no like in between, nothing less. Yeah, I'll take more, nothing less though. But I'm going to be the best defensive end in the world. I'm going to I'm going to do whatever I got to do that at Jackson State, and I want everybody to know who I am. I'm Braxton Barney. I'm going to do it.
I believe you, man. I mean, you coming from just not a university, a high school. I guess you could call it Master to you, but no, a high school that has just produced so much talent. I was at the school with, this is a time to say, rest in peace to Paris Harrison. I know he played at Madison Central, and his life was cut short. And still send our condolences to the family. But I was there when he was there, and since you're playing that same position, coming to Jackson State, thought I'd mention that right there, man. And I think you're going to do absolutely amazing, man. And you can do what you want to do because you seem like you got your mind locked in on what it is you want to do. And we couldn't be more happier, man, to have you be a JSU Tiger. We're going to love on you, man. We know we're going to wrap our arms around you. And before I close this out, we always like to let you plug your social media so they can show you some more love. So go ahead and drop your IG and your Twitter so all of the Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club followers and subscribers can go follow you.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to drop it like?
Yeah, just mention it. Yeah.
All right. On Instagram, I.Brax, BRAX.40. So that's a little confusing. That's why I said, did you want me to say it? But the letter I, Brax, BRAX, spelling it out, .40.
Okay. So, how about Twitter?
Twitter, Braxton Barney 1. It is pretty simple.
There it is, y'all. Hey, man, it's been a pleasure. Listen, I got to say this to the Tiger Nation. He kept me on my P's and Q's, kept me on my toes. We was definitely going to get this interview out the way. I know we've been busy. We've been trying to do a lot of interviews, but, man, thank you so much. Look forward to it. And don't make this be the last time you come on the show, man. Anytime you want to come on Tiger Talk, just let myself or Corey know. We'll be more than happy to have you on, man. Wish you all the best. And as always, we want to appreciate you guys for tuning in to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, the all-talented Braxton Barney. We appreciate you guys. Go Tigers. D.I. love, baby.
Yes, sir.